The streets of Genoa City never stay quiet for long, and the latest whispers promise drama, revelations, and a few unexpected reunions. With the Newman family pulling in different directions and old wounds still bleeding beneath the surface, this week's spoilers suggest that Claire Grace is ready to step out of the shadows and redefine her place in the Newman empire. At the same time, Nick and Sharon prepare for an emotional journey overseas, one that could reshape their relationship with their son Noah. As the tension builds, loyalties will be tested, hearts will be exposed, and the fate of multiple families could shift in ways no one expects. Subscribe the channel to get such videos. Let's dive deep into the twists, turns, and emotional shocks that await in The Young and the Restless. Claire Grace, the bold step that changes everything. Ever since Claire entered Genoa City, she has been carrying the heavy baggage of her past, a tangled web of manipulation by Jordan and a lifetime of betrayal that wasn't even her fault. Despite the redemption arc that Victor, Nikki, and Victoria have tried to chart for her, there's always been hesitation about whether she truly belongs in the Newman orbit. Claire herself has struggled with self-doubt, often retreating into silence when she needed to stand tall. But this week, something shifts. Claire decides she's done being the timid shadow in the Newman household. Sources hint that Claire will take a bold step, not a reckless move, but one that forces everyone to reevaluate her position. The corporate arena. Claire's move reportedly has something to do with Newman Media. After months of watching Audra Charles slither her way into power and Kyle Abbott hovering on the fringes, Claire begins to see an opportunity. She approaches Victor directly with an idea, a fresh perspective on how Newman Media could expand into a space neither Audra nor Nate Hastings has considered. Her proposal? Launch a division that focuses on social impact media campaigns, blending profit with image building for Newman Enterprises. On the surface, it seems noble, but beneath it, Claire may be playing her own game. Could this be her way of ensuring her seat at the Newman table without being seen as the family charity case? Victor, impressed by her initiative, takes her seriously. And that, of course, sets Audra on edge. Audra versus Claire, the brewing rivalry. Audra has always underestimated Claire, dismissing her as damaged goods, barely worthy of the Newman name. But with Victor lending his ear, Audra realizes Claire might pose a threat to her dominance. Expect sharp words, subtle digs, and possibly even outright sabotage. Audra doesn't like competition, and Claire's newfound confidence will shake her. Kyle, meanwhile, may find himself pulled into the crossfire. Having once been drawn to Claire's gentle nature, he could now be intrigued by this bolder, sharper version of her. Summer, watching from the sidelines, might not appreciate that dynamic one bit. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Claire's bold move is more than just business, it's a declaration. She's not going to let her past define her future. And in Genoa City, ambition has a way of either propelling you to the top or destroying you. Nick and Sharon, a journey of the heart. While corporate wars brew at Newman, Nick and Sharon are preparing for something far more personal, a trip to visit their son, Noah. Noah has been living abroad with Allie, quietly building a life away from the chaos of Genoa City. Though Nick and Sharon have supported his independence, they've also missed him dearly. Now, with so much upheaval at home, from Faith's near brushes with trauma to Sharon's recent health scares and Nick's perpetual tug-of-war with his family, the couple decides it's time to reconnect with Noah in person. Why no? The timing of the visit isn't accidental. Sharon has been reflecting on her life lately, especially after watching Mariah and Tessa navigate the challenges of raising Arya. She wants Noah to know he's still a central part of the family, not a forgotten son living oceans away. Nick, too, has been dealing with guilt. Between his clashes with Victor and his rocky moments with Sally, he's realized he hasn't been as present for Noah as he should have been. A trip overseas feels like the perfect reset button. The emotional reunion. Expect emotional scenes when Nick and Sharon finally reunite with Noah and Allie. The warm hugs, the tears, the laughter over old memories, it will remind viewers why family is the heartbeat of the young and the restless. But underneath the sweetness, there may be complications brewing. For one, Noah could be facing struggles he hasn't shared. Whether it's professional setbacks, financial strains, or doubts about his future with Allie, the visit might reveal cracks in the perfect picture. Nick and Sharon's instinct to step in could either help their son or push him away. And then there's the question of whether Noah might be tempted to return to Genoa City. With Newman family drama at a boiling point and Sharon's coffee shop serving as a hub of secrets and schemes, his return would shake things up. The Newman family dynamics. Claire's bold move and Nick and Sharon's trip tie into the larger Newman family narrative, which is always a storm waiting to break. Victor's vision. Victor has been quietly pulling strings, as always. With Adam focusing on his own path, Victoria cautious about Claire, and Nick frequently at odds with him, Victor sees Claire as a wild card. If she proves herself, she could become his latest protégé, a fact that would rattle his other children. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Victor has always admired strength in unexpected places. If Claire demonstrates the killer instinct he values, he may very well pit her against Audra, Nate, or even Victoria. The fallout could reshape Newman Enterprises for years. Victoria's dilemma. Victoria, torn between motherly instinct and corporate ruthlessness, doesn't quite know what to make of Claire's rise. On one hand, she wants her daughter to succeed. On the other, she's wary of being overshadowed or manipulated. Spoilers suggest Victoria will have a private confrontation with Claire, warning her about moving too fast. But will Claire listen, or will she prove she's more Newman than anyone thought? Nikki's watchful eye. Nikki, meanwhile, has been watching everything with a mixture of pride and caution. She loves seeing Claire blossom, but she also knows how easily ambition can corrode. As Nikki struggles with her own sobriety and recent traumas, she may become both a confidant and a warning voice for Claire. The wider ripple effects. Of course, no storyline exists in isolation in Genoa City. Claire's boldness and Nick and Sharon's trip could trigger ripple effects that spread far beyond the Newman family. Sally Spectra. Sally, still finding her footing after heartbreak, will undoubtedly have thoughts about Nick leaving town. Will his absence give her space to reflect on whether she truly wants a future with him? Or will it push her back toward Adam, whose pull she can never fully resist? Adam Newman. Adam may pretend he doesn't care about family loyalty, but Victor's attention toward Claire could gnaw at him. Adam has spent years fighting to prove himself, and to see Victor embrace a newcomer while questioning Adam's commitment could spark old resentments. Don't be surprised if Adam starts plotting a counterstrike, perhaps even partnering with Audra to keep Claire in check. Summer and Kyle. If Kyle starts showing interest in Claire's new confidence, Summer may feel the old insecurities rise again. She's been trying to rebuild trust with him, but jealousy has a way of cracking foundations. Could Claire unintentionally reignite the Summer/Kyle wars? Themes of the week. Redemption versus ambition. Claire embodies this tension, trying to move beyond her painful past while diving headfirst into a world where ambition often swallows morality whole. Family versus independence. Nick and Sharon's visit to Noah highlights the eternal parent-child push and pull. Can they support his independence without interfering? Power versus vulnerability. From Victor's chess moves to Nikki's quiet struggles, the storylines remind us that every show of power hides a vulnerable heart. Looking ahead. If spoilers hold true, by the end of the week Claire's move will leave jaws dropping in Genoa City. Whether it's her standing up to Audra, wowing Victor, or surprising even Victoria, she will no longer be the quiet presence in the Newman household. She's stepping into her own, for better or worse. Meanwhile, Nick and Sharon's trip could open the door for Noah's return, or at the very least strengthen the family bonds that have frayed over time. Their journey is less about business and more about love, a reminder that amidst all the power plays, family remains the soul of the young and the restless. Final thoughts. This week's Young and the Restless spoilers set the stage for classic Genoa City drama, a mix of heartfelt reunions and ruthless ambition. Claire's boldness could redefine her role forever, challenging Audra, impressing Victor, and shaking Victoria to her core. Nick and Sharon's decision to visit Noah is a quieter but no less important storyline, promising emotional resonance and potential new beginnings. As always, the beauty of Y&R lies in its ability to weave personal heartache with corporate intrigue, making us care deeply about every choice, every betrayal, every whispered secret. This week will be no different, and fans should be ready for fireworks. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.